That's how we'll segue into Superman and Lois because I believe they're off again after like the newest episode that aired. And I have to say, I am so sad and like I was hurt at the end of the episode. By the way, no one's dead. I'm just being dramatic. It's just the Clark is without his powers,
Hmm.
and like my man is down. He's tripping upstairs in the promo. Like,
It's
like
bad. It's so bad. But it's like with these shows, as bad as it gets, like like it's called Superman. Like they'll find a way back to it. But just like in the brief time where we're gonna get him without his powers, it's gonna be rough to see him like that.
I know. I think in the promo, Lois gives him like two pep talks. We are that far down. Like she's like, baby, uplift yourself. It's gonna be fine.
Days
Um,
without a Lois pep talk, zero.
yes. So I want to get to that episode, but I should stick to this one. I think as a transition episode, it really works. These parents were going through it with their kids in a way that really truly made sense. I know you'd warned me, Reed, that Jordan was annoying, and he was, but he was annoying in the right, like in a way that was digestible to me. I was gonna say
Mhm.
in the right way, but I don't think his annoyingness is true to his age. So I don't want to say it was in how he's been acting has necessarily been wrong in how he would portray some teenagers, not all. But his little sweet face when Lana laid down the law and he was like, I'm sorry for bothering you. And he just like, and he saw himself out. I was like, oh, like I loved how fierce she was as a mom. And then she really like let him know you can't, your father can't even protect people entirely. And you're trying to tell me that you, untrained and 15, can protect my 15-year-old daughter and keep her from harm when she's been kidnapped before by someone who was a teenager and dealing with powers. I was like, oh, Jordan, the amount of truth she just laid at your doorstep.
I know. I want him to to take it all in, metabolize it, because maybe we can circle back on this one, Jordan, when there's not so much going on. Like we've
Yeah.
got Allie, like she's really, doing the most, and we need to deal with that before we can I don't know how we can think about that right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm glad they gave him a moment with Lana, just so they could hit it on home. And then his moment with Clark was so sweet with the
Yeah,
flying.
their dad and son bonding day.
I know. I think didn't he tell him he's like his favorite run is like Castle? Was it? Did he get Castle Run or like Temple Run? I can't remember. But Jordan doesn't know what it is, and he did that like adult thing when you're like speaking to a teenager who has no idea something that was super popular when you were a kid, and you're just like,
Wait, what was Jonathan up to? I feel like I lost track of him. Was he just
uh, so
in the
did Clark, which is
background?
why he got dragged by his own son. He was doing the chores. Like he was like Clark and him were talking about, Jonathan feels like he's just never played sports again. Everybody hates him. He's going through a lot of angst. And Clark is going through his own angst. So they were like bonding because Clark was talking about, how rough it is the parent to allow your kids to make mistakes, especially for him because he's got power. So he just wants to be able to um, I don't know, put them in vibranium. I know that's entirely different cinematic universe, but like he just wants to like put them in that and like have them not have to go through any pain. And Jonathan was sort of getting it, and then like after they had their talk, Clark said he was gonna go talk to Jordan, and then he just up and leaves Jonathan um, on the farm, and Jonathan handles all the chores by himself.
Oh, thank you to Jonathan for doing the chores, I guess.
Yeah, and I was like Clark can't win because he was like he just realized he let down by uplifting one son, he let down another, and he just cannot seem to win when it comes to his kids.
Yeah, it's always something with those two.
I know. I mean, I guess I guess he really should have told Jonathan we might be gone longer than like 30 minutes. I think they were gone for a few hours.
Lost track of time flying.
Yes.
What did you
Um,
think of the Lucy stuff?
Annoying. And I'm I'm really trying to be there with her on this cult storyline. I think it's because and it's not, I don't even think it's because like I knew her one way in Supergirl. It's just we don't know Lucy and Lois's relationship. So what we're getting is them telling us a lot about like how tumultuous it was growing up. And there's a lot of this is Lucy's feelings about Lois that it's still not substantiated that Lois actually treated her that way. Because and it's ironic that Allie's like, Lois is just trying to fix a hole in herself by trying to fix she was like, well, aren't you doing that right now while you're trying to lure Lucy into this cult of yours? And I hate that she has told people that they're incomplete, and the only way to find completion is to merge with an alternate universe self. It's like, not these people are depressed, and what you're telling them is they can only be complete if they meet an alternate universe version of themselves and merge. There's no other way to become complete. It's just, she irks me like in my soul.
Yeah, I don't like Ally. I feel like I don't pay attention when she's on screen because she makes me so angry. But all I know is that when Lois has that beanie on, it's usually nothing good's happening when that beanie's on. It's usually Lucy.
Yeah, and Lucy's rough. Like it's rough sitting
It's up and
through
down with
Lucy
her.
stuff. It is. And I
One
don't get
minute
it.
she's like brainwashed, the next minute she's like, "Oh, sorry, Dad," and it's like, "Well, I don't know how. When is it too little, too late, Lucy?"
Exactly, because I feel like where is the remorse? It's one thing to continue to do something for Ally and you know that it's wrong. It's another thing to not be like, why are you not remorseful? She could at least be a little sad that she drugged her father.
I, yeah, I agree with you there. No follow up.
And she's not. She's just like, I had to do it for Ally's. Like, okay, but you drugged your father. Do you understand how like just bonkers that is? And she doesn't.
I don't know. I can't with Lucy, but I can get on board with Natalie this episode.
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yes, that well, like her sequence in saving Clark was amazing, but like I think my besides that, my favorite moment is actually her fight with her father.
Yeah.
They both made very, very valid points.
Mm.
Because he's like, you're 15 years old. I am treating you like a child because you are a child. And she's like, I could have died in the spaceship. I could have died these other times. Me getting in the shoot isn't going to change the fact that you're my father and I could potentially die because of your job.
Mm. Yeah. She said her piece, and I think it was, even though it was like it feels like a really fast turnaround from like whatever hijinks they were up to in the previous episode to her finally in the suit. It did feel really fast, but I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It's a mix up in the dynamic, and it's,
Yeah,
I think, something that we needed specifically for this story.
I think so too. And I think like we got there faster for her because of the mature, she out of all the teens, she's the most mature. And granted, that might be because she had to be due to like losing her mother in the way that she did, and then of course the war that was happening on her earth. But Natalie is just so, she's like, there's such a right balance of like teenage angst and that internal, the world is against me and this is unfair. Like, but also, you know, I understand like how hard this is for everybody. And I want to be able to be open to different perspectives. And I'm trying to be, but also, you know, I'm a hurt young lady who's still dealing with the death of her mother, with the murder of her mother, really. And by like the face, like an alternate universe version of a man that she's supposed to trust, which she does now. But it's just, it was a lot. I like Natalie. She's the best teen on the show.
I agree with you. And hearing your description right now, she reminds me so much of like the Disney Channel movie leads that we had. Like they were like really feminist and outspoken when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Like that's what she reminds me of.
You're right. No, you're really right. Yeah, she would be like if she had her own superhero decom. Then it's exactly the personality that she would have, except like the murder would have been off screen.
Yes.
I don't know what the other teams would be. Again, we're still treading water with Sarah. I have one note, and it's that like when Lana was telling her about Alanis Morrisette, And I was like, you mean to tell me this angry 15-year-old doesn't know who Alanis Morissette
Wait,
is?
that's right. She was like, "Who's Alanis Morissette?" She asked that question, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I blocked that out of my mind and my heart because it was painful.
Well, it also just didn't seem like true to her character, at least like in my opinion. She's 15 years old and she's angry. She's heard You Ought to Know. She
Yeah,
knows.
she's on TikTok. She would have seen, didn't Alanis have a viral sound recently or something? I don't know. She would have come across it.
She would have some, like, if she didn't come across it herself, someone would have came across it and had her listen to it. I just do not buy that she does not know who Alanis Morissette. I thought the thing was going to be that she was being sarcastic and that Lana was gonna catch on, and then that's not what happened. And
No.
I was like, yeah, I don't believe that this young lady doesn't know who Alanis Morissette is, but we're
It
just
still
gonna
hurt
talk
though. It
past it.
still hurt.
Because like, how?
I think it's another example of Alanis not getting the respect that she deserves for the impact that she made with her music, but that's, neither here nor there.
Speak on it. It's so impactful. In fact, I know we're I think they basically finished filming season 2 of the show, but if we didn't get the rights to You Ought to Know so that Sarah could sing it.
Well, Netflix bought it for Bridgerton this year, so I don't know. Maybe Alanis was just like, maybe one's enough for now.
Okay, season 3, young
Head,
Sarah.
maybe head over. Is it Head Over Heels? That's not her? Is that the name of the song? Head Over Feet. Head Over Feet. Wow. Sorry, Alanis. Sarah can sing that for Jordan in season 3.
I don't remember like lyric. Do you remember the lyrics to that song? Not
Yeah.
so we can sing it. I just trying to get in my
Yeah,
head like where that would
we don't
be.
have the rights to any Alanis songs.
We do not. I can't remember if it's angry or it's
I
a love
think
song.
I'll send you a link after we
Okay.
finish.
Like, and everybody else, you just listen to it in your own time.
Yeah.
um, but what else? I don't know. It's a good transition episode. I want Clark to be better by the end of the next episode because I need him to be okay because I love him.
He needs to
Like
be
I mean,
back for the finale.
yeah, like I mean, obviously, like this is just fan drama. For me personally, I'm just being dramatic. I just need him to be okay. Obviously, it's called Superman and Lois, and he's going to be okay. But just do it for my man and get him his powers back.